Alright, hello everyone. So let's look at some of the collectibles we got. We have some concept artwork here. I'll try to make a conscious effort to do this before we do every mission, because we're going to be collecting new stuff every single time. So the dog tags, like I said, we had Major Lawrence Barnes, or Prophet's dog tags. And now let's read the email conversation. Commander Lockhart files complaint. From Site Commander D. Lockhart, Manhattan Crisis Zone to Cell Oversight Secretariat, Carbon Copy Crynet Executive Board. Sirs, I am placing a formal request that Site Authority now be wholly devolved to my command. Jacob Hargreaves' interference in the crisis has reached intolerable and frankly dangerous proportions. In particular, I'm requesting that you disallow Mr. Hargreaves' insertion of Tara Strickland in special advisory capacity. I need no special advice on how to handle this crisis, least of all from a burnout Navy SEAL served with dishonorable discharge from her unit. I have sympathy for Mrs. Strickland's loss and knew her father as a fellow officer before his death at Lingshan, but her record since her father's death speaks for itself. She is not fit for a field posting. Faithfully, Dominic H. Lockhart, Commander. Alright, well, obviously Commander Lockhart has some issues. And here we are now on William Street, the financial district. Sudden impact.
Oversight 1, breaking low. Got him right on my nose.
Roger that. Stay on him. Bring him down.
Ooh, we got some missiles here. Lots of explosions. Something's going down here.
Lighting him up. Target locked. Missile away. Confirmed missile hit. He's going in hard.
Oversight 6 and 7, I have your kill confirmed. Hold station. We're coming in.
Prophet, you see that? You see that? Must have gone down less than a block from where you are. You do realize what this means, right? This is our chance. This is it. Forget extraction. We have to jump on this. Go get samples from the crash. Get them to me here at the lab. This could be our best shot at rolling back the spore. Maybe the whole invasion even. But you better make it fast. Lockhart's going to have cells swarming all over that crash site in nothing flat. Watch your ass, Prophet.
Reach the crash site and obtain xeno tissue extract for Gould.
Okay, but first we need to get out and play. Note that that's the logo for Crytek. Yeah, the development company. It also appears on some of the cars, the grills of the cars as well. We get some ammo here, and this is our first pickup where we have some customizable options for our weapons. We get the laser sight as well as the silencer. I'm actually going to take off the laser sight. I'll show you why that is in a second here.
You see that, man? We got him. Took half the block down with it. Great. Now they're gonna be really pissed. Oversight's moving in to secure the site. Let's get up top and cover their approach. All right, let's move.
Alright, let's shoot these guys.
Heavy fire!
The reason why I don't like the laser sight on my weapons is because, as the game said, it increases hipfire accuracy, but you cannot aim down the sights when you have a laser sight attached to your weapon. It makes zero sense. Why that is, I don't know, but yeah, it's a pointless gameplay mechanic to limit that. I mean, I can see why it might make you more accurate firing down the hip, but why would attaching a laser sight somehow remove your ability to aim down the sights? Alright, let's pick up the Marshall shotgun here. I'll talk about this a little bit later. Alright, for some reason we can tag these dead civilian bodies here. It doesn't do you any good. It's not like you can save them or anything. They're dead.
Search the area. Transmitting coordinates.
Slide underneath traps and obstacles to quickly reach positions in these receivers.
Alright, we can now slide, do a power slide. It's like that tremor actually caused that car's parking brake to fail. Took out those guys for me. How nice of it. But we do have some guys up there at the top of the ramp. I can talk about this shotgun we're carrying. Essentially, it's the same shotgun as the one from Crysis 1, but it's now out of the experimental stage. The Marshall, according to the game website, is the latest combat shotgun model from Italian manufacturer Corbetta Firearms. Crafted around a durable polymer frame and fitted with a retractable stock, the weapon resembles combat-proven, state-of-the-art technology used by law enforcement, military police, and private security sector for several years. With its high-capacity tubular magazine, the Marshall can hold 10 shells.
Bullshit, people. There is some weird shit going down in this city, and those jackboot assholes on the corner with their little Cell logo and their PMC paychecks signed off by taxpayers like you and me are not here to help. They're here to put that jackboot in. This ain't America anymore. This is the United States and knuckle under like the man says, or else. This is Radio Free Manhattan, guerrilla broadcast round the clock, telling it like it is and speaking truth to power. Right on!
Yeah, you tell him, man. The Marshall can hold 10 shells, addressing concerns over limited ammo capacity in previous models. The additional rail mount enables rapid customization in the field. When using the latest 12-gauge ammunition types, it's even possible to attach compact silencers for covert tactical entry operations. The Marshall provides excellent short-range stopping power against all but the most heavily armored targets, making it an essential piece of equipment for riot control and urban combat operations. I wanted to power kick this porta potty there. Attaching a silencer to a shotgun. I guess in theory it's possible. Depends on what you're shooting out of it, probably. But we will not be needing this shotgun for much longer. And again, just demonstrating why you cannot aim down the iron sights with the laser sight attached is beyond me. Let's attack some enemies here. And right here we can pick up a stealth scarab. Yeah, now we're really getting tactical here. It's got a laser and a suppressor. Up here we have our next collectible. Right by this body, some car keys. Okay, let's engage some of these guys. Take out that guy on the heavy machine gun. So we can switch fire modes still in this game. At least on the keyboard, it's by pressing the 2 button. Although sometimes it does kind of bug out. Sometimes you'll switch fire modes and you won't be able to switch back. Or it'll get stuck in one fire mode, like single shot or full auto. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's head over here behind this bus and we can get down into the sewers. One somewhat annoying thing about this game is that there are some areas with infinitely spawning enemies. In my opinion, that is such a cheap way to artificially extend the gameplay. I'm not a fan of it. Thankfully in this game they are not too common, but they are there in a few places. Alright, we'll go over here, hop up on this orange scaffolding and get atop this building here. Follow this guy up and stealth kill him. And our objective is over here. That's where the ship actually crashed. You can see it punched a huge hole in the ground.
Looks like they bailed before impact. Check the escape pods. We're looking for tissue samples, dead crew, anything like that.
Okay. The escape pod was jettisoned during the fighting. She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them, though we know when to stop us this time. Alrighty. Well, we got a bunch of guys to deal with here, and we gotta look at these escape pods. Find an alien tissue sample for Gould to play with. You know, looking back on this and rewatching my original LP that I played of this game, I realized just how much of the game I kind of forgot. It just shows you how pretty forgettable the whole story and experience of this game was, to be honest. Yeah, I just like, oh, I don't even remember this part when I first played this game, so. Also, I think as long as you view the dialogue and the story of this game as if it's like a really cheesy 1980s sci-fi B movie, then it does make it a little bit more tolerable. But one of my biggest... Ooh. He shot at me. One of my biggest problems with this game is I think it's a little bit pretentious. I think it takes itself a little bit too seriously, and it's kind of almost a tonal shift from the first game. Like the first Crysis was kind of your straightforward military science fiction story with an alien invasion. This one, the voice acting is not helping it. Let me say that.
Keep the pressure on!
Again, maybe the blame should be pointed at Richard Morgan, the writer, or maybe not, or I don't know. Did Richard Morgan even know what the story of Crysis was, or did he just read a summary and then go off of that, or who knows?
Move up! Rush the target!
I mean, of course, the enemies are different. Now we're fighting against a private military corporation, presumably an American one. Not North Koreans anymore. The environment has completely changed. I wouldn't have much of a problem with the environment being New York, but it is more linear though. Like there are some wider open areas, but not nearly to the extent of Crysis 1. So indeed, I feel that this game is very much kind of like... It's taken a number of gameplay cues and storyline cues from like Call of Duty that was really popular during this time. Trying to create this big cinematic experience, but yeah, I think it falls a little bit flat.
empty. Check the other one. Gotta be something we can sample.
The whole story, the dialogue, the setting, the design of the enemies, it comes off as fairly cliched. And that's just why I'm just not a huge fan of it. I think it's taking itself a little bit too seriously. I think Crysis 1 effectively knew what it was and didn't try to be anything else. Is that everyone? I'm not seeing anyone else. Alright, let's check this escape pod.
Oh, nothing. Okay, you've got to get down into the wreckage.
Alright, well, we actually had to go below ground now. If we go down here into this parking structure, inside the attendant's booth here, I thought I heard someone. Maybe they're up there. Anyway, let's stock up on ammo here. We can get a reflex scarab. Now we have a reflex sight. Now we're uber tactical, yeah? Alright, inside the attendant's booth is a souvenir, another collectible. You have to literally bash in the door there. You can get a taxi cab. Alright, I think that area is clear, so let's get down to the Ceph ship.
You there? Prophet? You have to get inside there and sample the wreckage. We're looking for dead crew, any genetic material you can find.
Find a way into the wreckage.
Oversight! This is Blue Actual requesting immediate evac!
Your orders are clear, Blue Section. Secure your sector and find that nanosuit. Air support is inbound. Hold firm.
Alright, we have a helo orbiting overhead, and it does have a door gunner in it, so hence why I grabbed this rocket launcher and we're going to shoot it down. Cell are divided into several sections. For example, Azure section controls most of the vehicles. Other sections, like they said, are like Cobalt and Maroon. They're often organized around, the names of their groups are around colors.
Nothing here.
He about jumped out and bit me. Alright, if we head right here, we can get down into the crash site via the elevator shaft.
All right, you're in. Run a scan of the hull.
Find a way into the wreckage.
Yeah, crawling through a sewer. Just another day in the life of a recon marine. What is this stuff?
Oh, Jesus. That's human tissue. It's people. People just melted down. Look, without actual alien body tissue, we're wasting our time. Just get out of there.
It's people. Soylent Green is people. people melted down. My ex tried to do the same to me, but I corrected her. Yep, so that's all it is. We don't need that. We don't need a bunch of melted down people. We need an actual tissue sample of the Ceph aliens. Now, I'm trying to remember how the heck we get out of here. It's not up the elevator shaft. We need to go back in where the all that melted down peoples is. And we can get out right through here through this broken window. Oh, and look at that. All right, well, these are the first Ceph alien enemies you encounter for real in the game. Illegal aliens at that. These particular aliens we're fighting right now are known as Stalkers, or Ceph assault units. They are recognizable because they have bladed weapons on their arms, and they make leaping and charging melee attacks at you. Although they do also carry a small, like, plasma energy weapon on them, but as you can see, they're not the greatest marksmen. And as we'll see in Crysis 3, these Ceph Stalkers get quite a makeover in that game.
Alien tissue absorbed. Processing. Collect nanocatalysts from dead aliens to nanosuit customization. You can exchange available modules, but you are limited to one active module per slot. You can also enable and disable unlocked modules.
Alright, well, as we see, this introduces the new game mechanic in this game of upgrading the nanosuit with a sparkly alien nanocatalyst that they drop when they die. One of the few decent changes to the gameplay mechanics, although Crysis 3 really ups the customization of the nanosuit. Much like how you would retain your weapon attachments from campaign to campaign, you also retain your collected nanocatalysts and suit upgrades from the previous playthrough, hence why I have all these upgrades.
That's it. Now get out of there, Prophet. Head toward the FDR.
I mean, no wonder I was just blazing through this mission with little trouble.
Reach Gould's lab via FDR drive.
Anyway, whatever. So I figure I'll just keep the ones I have turned on. Most of the upgrades to the nanosuit are not particularly useful. And to be honest, I just want to... What are these guys doing? Well, anyway. To be honest, I really just want to get through this playthrough of this game, so I'm just going to keep them turned on and give myself that much more of an advantage. Screw it. We have our next collectible, or up here, which is this traffic cam. There we go. Got a speeding ticket. Got another feline there. I'm not going to take it. I don't have much use for the submachine guns. And of course, given their appearance, the Ceph are commonly known as squid. Again, just for whatever reason, the entire appearance of these aliens, and in fact, these are the same aliens as we encountered in Crysis 1, but their appearance is totally different. They are now bipedal. They are not running around like, you know, in a frozen environment, nor are they in those kind of like four-legged octopus-like biomechanical suits. Now they're bipedal. They're like half robotic, half squishy squid. Again, there is a reason for why their appearance is different, but alas, it will not be explained until, well, Crysis 3. Yet more questions, things that just make me wonder, like, what the heck were they thinking when they wrote the story here? One thing I will say is when you start fighting more and more of the aliens, make sure to put your armor mode on. It does basically nullify a lot of the damage that you would take, because in reality you don't have a whole lot of health. Although I believe our character Alcatraz here is, and his nanosuit is significantly more powerful than Nomad was in the first Crysis. Partially because I think the suit we're wearing is an upgraded version of the previous ones they used in the first game. And we also have access to more powerful weaponry. Yep, as you can see, yeah, the stalkers, they just charge right at you. Basically try and ram you. Alright, I believe we're coming up here to our last collectible of this mission. It's right in this doorway, just before the exit. It's another set of dog tags. Alright, we'll just head up here. And we'll finish off the mission.
Simulation complete. Rewriting deep layer protocols. Stand by.
Prophet? I don't know what you did back there, but the suit signal's going crazy. It's off the chart. I've got interface protocols rolling up on all the lab systems and a bunch of biotech patent documentation with Hargreaves' name all over it. It's like some kind of contingency routine he's built into the suit's deep layers. I've got no idea what this means. Look, take the FDR. Get up here to the lab. I don't know how much longer I can hold on here. You need to make it fast.